We make a... Good day, stranger. Welcome to Aldrun. I'm the local caravaner. Where would you like to go? Welcome to the village of Margan, Outlander, in the... We make a special trip, just... Good day, Outlander. I'm the caravaner for Aldrun. Planning a journey. We make a special trip, just... Good day, stranger. Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Hlalu. Why walk when you can ride? I will suffer greatly.
You have come here for a reason, though you may not know what it is. Sheogorath and I have made a wager. He contends that solitude causes madness, while I maintain it allows for solace and meditation. To test this, I sent one of my priestesses to live alone on an island north of Vvardenfell. If she can live there for 100 years, continuing her life of prayer, my theory will be proven. If not, Sheogorath wins our wager. The time has almost passed, and she remains steadfast. But Sheogorath has tried to sway the decision in his favor. Travel there, rid the island of his minions, and bring back proof of his meddling. Do not disturb the wise woman, though, as that would void our wager. Serve me, and I will reward you well.
These are the docks of Molag Mar, Outlander, and I'm Rindral Draelor, shipmaster of Molag Mar. What's your destination? If you like, I can...
Is there something I can do for you? These are the docks of Telbra Nora, and I'm the shipmaster.
You looking for a ship? What's your destination?
Yes, Outlander, what do you want?
The door is locked and will not open. The star is the key.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to Aldrun. I'm the local caravaner, and I can... Why walk when you can ride? Good day, stranger. Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Hlalu. We make a special trip just for you. Same low price. This is the Silt Strider port for the city of Vivek, Outlander.
Where would you like to go?
Well done, mortal. You have preserved the integrity of my wager with Sheogorath. Now it will end as fated, and not due to the meddling of the Daedra Prince. Take this, and use it wisely. The door is locked and will not open. The star is the key. The door is locked and will not open. The star is the key. The door is locked and will not open. The star is the key. In the dawn hour under Azura's star, the door is opened. Nerevar reborn, incarnate. Your first 3 trials are finished. Now 2 new trials lie before you. Seek the Ashlander Ashcans and the Great House Councillors. 4 tribes must name you Nerevarine. 3 houses must name you Hortator. My servant, Nabani Mesa, shall be your guide. And when you are Hortator and Nerevarine, when you have stood before the false gods and freed the heart from its prison, heal my people and restore Morrowind. Do this for me, and with my blessing.
Welcome, incarnate, moon and star reborn, Hortator, Nerevarine, mourner of the tribe unmourned, redeemer of the false gods. I am Peakstar. I was not the one, but I wait and hope. Ask and I shall answer if wisdom guides me. You bear the moon and star, the ring of Nerevar. None may deny. You are Nerevar reborn, the prophesied incarnate. The temple will know you as an enemy. Ordinators will mark you for death, and the tribunal faithful of the great houses will hate and fear you. The doubters of the tribes will test your strength and doubt your honor. You will be known. You must prepare and be ready. You must go before the counselors of the great houses and satisfy them, for only the councils of the great houses can name you Hortator. I do not know the settled people of the great houses and can offer you no counsel. You must go before the Ashkans of the Wastes people and satisfy them, for only the Ashkans of the 4 tribes can name you Nerevarine. Speak first with Sulmatul of the Urshilaku, and with wise woman Nibani Maisa, for of all the Ashlanders, they are wisest in the lore of the incarnate, and you have already shown Sulmatul proof of your worth. Pity Dagoth and the 6th house. All they do, all they are, is foul and evil. But they began in brightness and honor, and the cause of their fall was their loyal service to you, Lord Nerevar. You told Lord Dagoth to guard the profane tools beneath Red Mountain, and thus he was tempted. He did your bidding when he tried to keep these tools from the tribunal, and so he hates you, who betrayed him, and the tribunal, who mocked his honor, attacked him, and stole the profane tools for their own use. Kagranak, high priest of the Dwemer, forged enchanted artifacts to steal the power of the gods. Nerevar fought the Dwemer to prevent this blasphemy, but Dagoth took these tools to make himself a god, and the tribunal took these tools to make themselves gods. Though the tribunal sought to do good with their power, they are tainted by the same corrupt desires that moved Dagoth. The tribunal and Dagoth have the unnatural abilities and lifespans of gods, but they gained these things by actions that mock the gods and misuse divine power. They were ambitious and unwise, and the consequences of these ungodly acts threaten all that lives in Morrowind. I am a failed incarnate. So are all these who remain here with me in the Cavern of the Incarnate. I survived the Blight, but I fell in battle with an ash vampire. I could not master the arts of war, nor could I learn the ways of the great houses. They would not have accepted me as Hortator. Take these few poor things. They are of no use to me. I will answer when I can, and with what I know. But the visions of Azura are often obscure, for 2 reasons. 1, because the future cannot be known, and choices may always be made. 2, because truth is not clear or simple. Azura's riddles warn us to think long and hard. They force us to search carefully for truth and meaning, and not to rely only on impulse and force. An ancestor has no trade but to guard and counsel the living kin. I am Peakstar. I was called to the prophecies, but I was not the one. A darkness is on the land, and only you can bring the light. Welcome, Incarnate. I am Aneteria. I was not the one, but I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I was a holy crusader of the temple in the golden era of the tribunate. I contributed substantially to the writings that were later suppressed by the temple, and now would be called apocrypha. I followed the tribunal unquestioningly, to my regret. I never believed in the Nerevarine prophecies until it was too late. Take my humble possessions with my blessing. I am Aneteria. I was called to the prophecies, but I was not the one. A darkness is on the land. I have failed. I was not the one. An ancestor has no trade. You are the Nerevarine. You are the Incarnate. You are the one. You must not fail.
Welcome, Incarnate. I am Eradan. I was not the one, but I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I saw Morrowind fall to the Empire. I lived through the humiliation of the surrender, swore hatred and vengeance against Imperial and Tribunal alike for their betrayals. In later years, I despaired and turned to Red Mountain, where I grew old and died fighting the Blight and Red Mountain monsters. Take my weapons and armor. I have no further use for them. You are the Nerevarine. You are the Incarnate. You are the one. You must not fail.
Welcome, Incarnate. I am Idrini Nerothan. I was not the one, but I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I lived in the late years of the Tribunate, and behind the scenes I helped us demoralize, then repel the Akaviri invaders. I knew nothing of the Nerevarine or Dagoth-Ur until I took refuge with the Ashlanders. I died a fool, trying to loot ruined Kogoran. Here, take these. Maybe there's something in the world left worth stealing. You are the Nerevarine. You are the Incarnate. You are the one. You must not fail.
Welcome, Incarnate. I am Kanun Chodala. I was not the one, but I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I was an Ashkan. I led my people against the Akaviri, while the Cyrodiil dogs fled before them like Kaguti. I quested deep into the strongholds in Red Mountain, cleansing the unclean things in their own blood. I did not heed the counsel of the women, and to my shame, I craved glory, but never saw my real enemies. My axe and boots are yours, with my blessing. You are the Nerevarine. You are the Incarnate. You are the one. You must not fail. Welcome, Incarnate. I am Hortled. I was not the one, but I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I died 400 years ago, in the last days of turmoil and unrest after the Empire came to Morrowind. I was a thinker and not a doer, and though I was marked by the stars, I was not a hero. Take these things of mine. My bones won't complain.
I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall answer. I wait and hope. I will answer when I can, and with what I know. But the visions of Azura are often obscure.
This is a selection from a series of monographs by various imperial scholars on Ashlanders legends. In ancient days, the Deep Elves and a great host of outlanders from the west came to steal the land of the Dunmer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the house people, but he honoured the ancient spirits and the tribal law and became as one of us. So, when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under moon and star, to honour the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the house people to fight a great battle at Red Mountain. Though many Dunmer tribesmen and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dwemer were defeated, their kings slain, and their evil magics destroyed, and the outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret, and setting themselves up as gods, neglected Nerevar's promises to the tribes. Nerevar himself was murdered by the very unprotection of the tribunal. Azura cursed them, but it is said that Nerevar will come again with his ring and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promises to the tribes to honour the spirits and drive the outsiders from the land. As the Hortator pondered the first lesson of ruling kings, Vivek wandered into the mourning hold and found that Ayem was with a pair of lovers. Set had divided himself again. Vivek then leapt through into their likenesses to observe, but he gained no secrets that he did not already know. He left a few of his own behind to make the journey worthwhile. Then Vivek left the capital of Veloth and wandered far into the ash. He found a span of badlands to practice his giant form. He made of his feet a less dense material than the divine to keep from falling waist-deep into the earth. At this point, the first corner of the House of Troubles, the Prince Molag Bal, made his presence known. Vivek looked on the King of Rape and said, "How very beautiful you are, that you do not join us." And Molag Bal crushed the warrior poet's feet, which were not invulnerable, and had legions cleave them off. Mighty fires from the beginning place were brought like nets to hold Vivek, and he let them. "I would prefer," he said, "some kind of ceremony if we are to be married." And the legions that took the feet were summoned again and ordered to begin a banquet. Pomegranates sprang from the badlands and tents were raised. A throng of Velothi mystics came, reading the passages of the severed feet on the ground and weeping until the scriptures were wet. "We must love each other briefly," Vivek said, "if at all. I am needed to counsel the Hortator in more important matters, because the Dwemeri high priests stir up trouble. You may have my head for an hour." Molag Bal rose up and extended 6 arms to show his worth. They were decorated in runes of seduction and its reverse. They were decorated in the annotated calendars of longer worlds. When he spoke, mating monsters fell out. "Where must it go?" he said. "I told you," Vivek said. "I am meant to be the teacher of the King of the Earth, A.E. Altadun Gartok Padhome." With these magic words, the King of Rape added another, Chim, which is the secret syllable of royalty. Vivek had what he needed from the Daedroth, and so married him that day. In the hour that Baal had his head, the King of Rape asked for proof of love. Vivek spoke 2 poems to show him such, but only the first is known. "I'm not sure just how much glass it took to make your hair twice as much, I'm sure, as the oceans have to share. Hell, my sweet, is a fiction written by those who tell the truth. My mouth is skilled at lying, and its alibi a tooth. The sons and daughters of Vivek and Molag Bal number in the thousands. The name of the mightiest is a string of power, Gulga Morgil Hiet Aihum. The ending of the words is Almsivi. Sithis is the start of the house. Before him was nothing, but the foolish Altmer have names for and revere this nothing. That is because they are lazy slaves, indeed from the sermons. Stasis asks merely for itself, which is nothing. Sithis sundered the nothing and mutated the parts, fashioning from them a myriad of possibilities. These ideas ebbed and flowed and faded away, and this is how it should have been. One idea, however, became jealous and did not want to die. Like the stasis, he wanted to last. This was the demon Anwi-El, who made friends, and they called themselves the Aedra. They enslaved everything that Sithis had made and created realms of everlasting imperfection. Thus are the Aedra the false gods, that is, illusion. So Sithis begat Lorcan and sent him to destroy the universe. Lorcan, unstable mutant. Lorcan had found the Aedric weakness. While each rebel was, by their nature, immeasurable, they were, through jealousy and vanity, also separate from each other. They were also unwilling to go back to the nothing of before. So while they ruled their false dominions, Lorcan filled the void with a myriad of new ideas. These ideas were legion. Soon it seemed that Lorcan had a dominion of his own, with slaves and everlasting imperfections, and he seemed for all the world like an Aedra. Thus did he present himself as such to the demon Anwi-El and the 8 givers as a friend. Go unto the Sharmat Dagoth-Ur as a friend, A Hermamora, Altadun Padhum, Kan Ai. The Real Nerevar, a Telvanni retainer's informal history of Nerevar. This Telvanni retainer's informal history of Nerevar lists no sources. When the Dunmer followed Veloth to Morrowind, they were many warring clans, with no law or leader in common. One Dunmer warlord, Nerevar, had the ambition to rule all the Dunmer. In that time, House Dwemer were great enchanters, so Nerevar went in secret to a Dwemer smith and asked for an enchanted ring that would help him. The ring gave its wearer great powers of persuasion. For safety, it was enchanted to instantly kill anyone who wore it except Nerevar. The ring was called Moon and Star, and it helped Nerevar unite the various clans into the First Council. Later, however, disputes over religion divided the council, with House Dwemer and House Dagoth on one side, and all the other houses on the other. Dwemer and Dagoth invited Orc and Nord clans as allies, and held northwest Morrowind, while Nerevar mustered the other houses and nomad tribes, and marched to meet the Dwemer-Dagoth Westerner forces. The armies met at Red Mountain, a Dwemer stronghold. The Dwemer were defeated with great slaughter, and terrible sorceries were used, resulting in the utter extermination of House Dwemer, House Dagoth, and their allies. Nerevar was killed in the battle, and his ring lost, but Nerevar's alliance survives in Morrowind's ruling political institution, the Grand Council.
Good day, Outlander. I'm the caravaner for Aldrun. Planning a journey? What's your destination?
Where would you like to go?
Good day, Outlander. I'm Balmora's caravaner. Tell me your destination.
Why walk when you can ride?
Good day, Outlander. I'm the caravaner for Vivek. Tell me your destination and I'll tell you if I can help you.
We make a special trip just for... This is the village of Molagmar Outlander in the Molag Amur region. I'm a caravaner and I manage...
I don't believe I've seen a with such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you?
Is there something I can do for you? I don't believe I've seen an Outlander with such a grand outfit in some time. Can I...
Is there something I can do for you?
You looking for a ship? What's your destination?
May I help you?
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
Oh, look, an Outlander. Are you lost, poor thing? Did the big bad beasts bite you so you need a healer? Or do you need our trader so he can take your gold and give you things we would throw away or give to our guar? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?